Hi, I'm Matt Geimer, a Program Manager with the Office Extensibility team, and I'm here to talk to you about what's new with the Microsoft Graph SDKs. We're going to go over the platforms, how we generate them, and where you can get them. The Microsoft Graph is a single endpoint for your app to call multiple services. We generate SDKs using the OData metadata from this service. We take that metadata, we put it into a reader, we could put it into a tool called Viper, we use a template, and then we get a platform-specific SDK. The way that works is that the object model is contained within the OData metadata, and we read that in, change it into an internal representation, and then have an actual template that transforms that into your platform-specific SDK. We currently have .NET, iOS, and Android, but we're also working on Python, JavaScript, Node.js, Ruby, and a few other platforms. Let's take a look at a demo. In this demo, I'm going to take the beta endpoint on the graph, and I'm going to use the metadata, as you can see here, and use it as input into our process. In order to compile your own SDK, you're going to need the Viper T4 template writer and a few other tools. That's all available online, and I'll point you to the link afterwards. I've already downloaded this, and I have it compiled. As you can see here, I have some settings where I can change languages and change what kind of output I get. There's a lot of different options for configuration. So we'll start off with seeing our target language is C# here. If I run the tool right now, we'll see that I have a few components. I have the Viper executable listed, I have a local copy of the metadata, and then I also have the writer identified. The writer is a really important thing here because if we don't specify to use the T4 template writer, we're going to use Viper's built-in C# writer, and that will actually give us a different output. So make sure that you use the correct writer. When I run this, it's going to load in the metadata file and generate a whole bunch of files. These files are part of the SDK itself. While that's generating, I'm going to show you where these come out here. Viper went ahead and created this folder structure based off some of those settings. We can see that the request has been created here, and there's a whole bunch of files in there. We're also going to see a models folder get created. I'm going to let that finish up, and I'm going to show you where we can put them. So I also have downloaded the SDK.net for Microsoft Graph. And when we go ahead and come in and look at the source, we'll see that we have a models folder and a generated folder inside of that. It already has some items in there. I'm going to go ahead and delete those. And there's also a requests folder with that same generated folder inside of it. I'll delete those as well. This is where you will stick the output from Viper. So let me check and see if we're done here. Looks like it's finished. That's great. I can go ahead and go to my graph folder here, model. Just grab all these files. And, oh, I'm in requests. Go to make sure you put them in the right folder. Here we are. Copy those over, and then I'm going to go to my requests and do the same. Oh, here we go. Well, that's copying. Then I can go ahead and I can open up that solution. I don't have it open here, but I can open this solution. And it'll actually load up that part of the SDK. Now let's say I want to go ahead and output for a different folder, or a different language. I actually need to close that here. And our target language is the setting we're going to need to change. For Android, it's currently listed as Java, so I'm going to save that. Now I have to recompile this real quick. So I'll have that build. It's safe for me to go ahead and go to this output folder and delete any output from Viper as well, as I'm going to do a new language so nothing gets confused there. We've succeeded our build. We're going to go ahead and run the exact same command. And if you notice, we see .cs files here. When I run this now, we're now creating Java. I can do the same thing for iOS by changing this setting to Objective-C, and as you can see, Python's there as well. We'll continue to update with additional languages as we move forward. Okay. So that was our demo. You can go ahead and find the Graph SDKs at aka.ms/graph SDKs. Make sure you go and use Microsoft Graph with those SDKs. We're really looking forward to your feedback. And you can check out the generation tools at github.com/Microsoft/Viper. Thanks for watching.